Hi guys, welcome. This is Shivansh, and today you are welcome to the second part of the project series. Today we are creating a notes app for a student, which allows student to create a note and review it. Without wasting time, let's jump into the project. Firstly, the overview of the Perfect.yml, in which like I have imported a two libraries called Flutter Stack Grid View, which is for arranging our notes in the form of grid view, and Google Fonts for providing the fonts to the text. So let's go to the main.file, main.dart, and this is the empty project. Let's create it. Firstly, let's import the file. Import the Flutter package, which is Flutter material.dart. Inside which let's call first the main function. The main function is the starting function for like the Flutter project. Inside main, let's call the function run app. Run app is a function which calls the first screen, and for the first screen, let's make the screen a stateless widget and give it the name as notes, and we can give or pass the notes here. So the code is like firstly like running the main function, inside which the run app function is calling the screen, which is a node screen, and this is returning container. Let's replace it with a material app. Inside material app, we can give the multiple properties like the title of our app. The title will be the notes app, and or we can also give like debug checker false, and we can also give the property for the home for navigating to the first screen. For that, we have to make our first screen first. For making our first screen, we are like using the stateful widget because the things in our screen will be the changing things. And for making the stateful widget, let's call the snippet stateful widget. And inside it, we can change the name required to us. And I'll be changing it to the note screen. And the same name we can pass here inside the home, which allows the code to navigate to the home screen. And this is or the structure. And for creating the logic for the our app is logic is like if the user or a student wanted to add a note, it will be added into a list, and the items of the list will be shown. So for making the list of the notes, let's create the list will be created above override. And for creating the list in Dart, we use the list keyword, and we have to give the data type for the list, and all list will be string because all the notes will be a string. And let's call string, and let's give it a name. Let's give it a note, and firstly it will be like empty, and we can do similar thing for giving the title for the notes, because all notes have one title for identifying it. uh, then our variables are created, and but the node screen is currently returning a container which can be changed into the scaffold. And inside scaffold, we can design our screen. For designing the screen, let's first give it a background color, and a background color will be let's give it a white, and it's a white. And firstly, let's give it a app bar. And for a app bar, let's call a widget app bar. Inside app bar, we can give the title uh, or title, and title would be in the text, and the text we can give the title as notes. And We can also give some styles to a text, like the color or the font style. And for that, let's call a widget Google Fonts, which we have imported. And inside Google Fonts, let's give the fonts called Poppins, which is like more suitable for our app, and inside which we can give the properties like color, which will be like black to make it more visible. And let's type black. And once it is a black, and we can also give the font weight for the density of the words. The font weight will be we can give it to the medium, and we can also give a font size. For giving a font size, let's call a font size and give it a 20. Now it is like created. Let's format document, and I think the app bar is created. Only we have to give some things more. Like we can also reduce the elevation to 0, and we can also give a background color to this app bar. And background color will be like white as per the theme. Let's give it a white, and let's try to run the project. Let's try to build the app again, because it is giving our error. Now it is fine. We got the notes of it. And now let's proceed to the other things. For proceeding things, first make some functions. Then we'll design our next thing for making some function. Let's come out and make a let's come out of the scaffold and make a widget. Or the widget will be like uh, the let's name it to the open alert box, because there will be a alert box for the student to add the multiple things. And inside alert box, we can return uh, the widget called show alert box, so show dialog. And let's call a show dialog, and show dialog requires the context will be context, and builder we have to give the builder as build context, and which is context. And here we give the curly braces, semicolon, and inside which we have to write a code. Next thing, the alert dialog box is a place where the student can add uh, title or a context. For like storing the title and the context, let's create some variable, which is firstly like note. Let's call it the new note. When every time the user creates, will be the new note, and it will be a title, and it will be empty at first. And let's copy this and change it to the context. And after this, we can return our alert dialog box, a place where the user can add all the things. Alert dialog box. Inside alert dialog box, we can give it some styling like shape. We can give a shape, and shape will be like rounded rectangular border, inside which we can give our the border radius, which will be border radius all, and inside which we have circular 32. This will be fine, and we can also give context padding. mm, Context padding, which will be of edge insert only at top, and which can be 10. And after this, let's design for the content. For the content, let's call the widget call contain inside this content, which will be containing firstly the two text field, one for the title and one for adding the content. For that, let's make a container first. We'll have which there will be the two text field, and firstly we can give the width, which will be of 300, and child will be like column. Inside column, we can call the widget children, and we can give the text add node. Let's firstly let's give the text and give it as add notes. We can like also give it a style. Let's copy the style from above so that we don't have to write it multiple times. Have like copy the style. Let's format the document, and for the style, let's make it 24, and the weight will be this, and color will be black. And let's add some padding into a text. And the padding will be symmetric, which will be from horizontal to 15, and from vertical to 10. Let's format it once again, and let let's add some more properties to the column. The column, inside column we have the main axis alignment for aligning the children inside text. The main axis alignment should be of start, because we have to align all the things from start, and for the cross axis alignment we can add it to the stretch. Now our column is aligned, and we have also made the text. Now proceed to the text field. For separating the text, the title and the text field, let's make a divider here. And inside divider, we can give a color, which will be a black color. Which will be a black color. And let's give it a color. And inside which, now we can give or make a two text fields. For making a text field, firstly let's make it inside a size box. Inside side box, we can give the height as a 50, and we can give it to child, and inside child, first like we call a widget extend expand. For expand, we can give it a flex as 2, and inside expand, the things we can add is like the child. Inside child, we can give uh, the text field inside a size box, or making this as a fixed size, height of 50. After that, we can call a child again, and Now we can add a text field. Text field is a place where like user can add a text or type a text on which firstly let's decorate it. For decoration, I am calling the input decoration, which have a border as a input border none. Let's make it format. So we have given a border to our text field, and after border, we can give it to the. We can also add some properties like filled will be false, and content padding. For content padding, we can give margin only, and we can give left, or we can like also give margin all to be 10, and after that we can also give some more things like the hint text, which will give the user a hint like what uh, the user want to user should type into this text field. This is a text field for adding the title, and let's format. We have added the hint, and we can also give it a hint style for the text, and for the text style we can again copy it uh, from the above, saving some time, and replace this and this extra comma format document, and let's change the font size to 12. So we have created the basic design for our text field, and we have to added some functionality on it. For adding some functionality, let's go to the text field, and we have to like call the function on change. On change is for like if the user submits a value, then what should be the value we updated, and for that let's make a value inside this as a variable, or the value the user types will be equals to node title, is equals to node title, and so our first text field is created, and let's copy it for making the another one for adding the content. For adding the content, we can just copy paste this field and change the things to add uh, content or add notes. This will be more meaningful. And here notes title we can give note context. Then this is also done, but this can be of multi-line, so we have to enable the option for like or the feature for user to enter it in a multiple line, and we also should increase the height of the size box, and after that just remove this, and we have to enable the option for the multiple lines. For removing that, we have to call the widget called multi keyboard type, which will be of multiple lines, and the max multiple lines here will be none. So this is like our basic design, and we have completed a two text field, and then we have to create a button which adds the thing the user types, which is stored in this add new title, add new context into the list we have created here, inside a node or inside a title. For creating the button, let's go below the size box, and firstly let's create a button. For this I'm using a container, and for like more designing, firstly we can give a padding, call a padding, or padding not, we can give first a decoration. Inside decoration we'll call a box decoration. Inside box decoration we can give the properties like color, which will be like black, and beside black it can be we can also give the border radius, which will be only of left and right, for making it more got radius. Inside inside radius we can give 32, and comma, and also like our bottom right, and which also be a radius which will be 30. Let's format the document into the dart format, and decoration is done. After decorating, let's give a container child. For making child, let's call widget a child, and give it a text, call a text widget, which will be like add add a note. And for styling we can also copy the styles from here, and here we will call widget style and paste it here. So we can also increase its size, and the one thing we can also give is the text alignment. Which will be here, and will be at center. For center we have to call the widget text align widget. So let's format again, and this is our design for the button, and let's make it functional by adding a function on tab. For that I'm calling a widget inkwell, and inkwell, and inside inkwell I'm calling on tab function, which will have a feature or a function for adding the value to the list. For that, let's call a set state function, inside which we can give a string new note is equals to uh, a new note title, and semicolon, and add it to the notes dot the list, which is and we have to add new node. And let's copy this again for the title. And semicolon, semicolon, and then to the context. New node context. Now function is done, which works like on tap of the add function, the value entered by the user in a text field will be set or added to the new node. So let's call the function. For calling the function call for the calling this widget, we have to add a button which will be like calling the open alert box widget. For that, let's include floating action button. The floating action button is the button which will be appearing like the stack view floating action button, inside which I'll be calling the widget call floating action button. Let's give it a style. Okay, on press. First, we can give on press. On press, I want to open a dialog box, and let's give a semicolon here, and after which I can call a function called background color, which will be a black color for making it look more visible. And I can also add a child, which will be a icon of add icons dot add, and we can also give the color to it. Color will be white. So let's format a document and run our app again. And after building that, uh, you can see the floating action button here. And when you click on this, you will get uh, alert box which is saying the add note, and we can type anything here, like we can give maths, and like give it a property called a plus b equals to b plus a, and after clicking this button we can add the things to the list. The things are added to the list, but we are not able to see it. So let's design a body for seeing all the things inside this. For the body part, let's call the widget body, and let's firstly run a condition, so it will not give us an error, that if the length is greater than 0, uh, then only you will see a body. For that, let's call the widget called masonry grid view. It is similar to the grid view, and which allows user to like structure the grid in the form of stack. And inside which I'm calling grid debate as a silver fixed one account. Uh, Inside which I have to give the access count, and let's format it. After formatting, I can also give uh, item count or a grid view. Let's call a builder and thread builder. Let's give it an item count of the length which is inside the node. For getting the length of the nodes list, let's go to the length and first let's format it. After this, and also size box. Let's format document. Nice. And after this, we have given the access count. It allows user like to access count will arrange the things inside the or the nodes two in a grid, and after that we have given the item count which is like nodes dot length. Uh, After that we can call the item builder. Oh, we have given item builder here. We have to change it to the item count, and now we have to call item builder. For item builder, we have to call the context, comma index, and next we can return uh, the things. For returning, let's return a container as container and give it a decoration. For decoration, we'll call a box decoration widget. After which we can give the border radius and call border radius as circular and give it a 30-degree. And box after box giving the radius, we can also give it a color. For color, I am choosing black 12 because it will give me the slightly blackish effect. And after this, so let's give it a semicolon here. And the decoration of the box is done. Now we can also give it a padding or a child. Uh, the child will contain firstly a column because we have arrange it in a children's, and after this we can get the text from the notes dot index, and we can also give it a style, and we can copy it and which check or to list notes and notes title can add style. The thing is done, and let's copy the style from above and paste it here. First style we can go like this, and we can go like this. Let's format the document, and we can change its height or anything. Firstly, like as a title we give it 18, and as a content we can give it 15, and make it a bold or good looking and format it. Now we can also give some paddings to this container, which will be like going like padding which is a all of 8, and this is a padding of a container, and we can also align the thing here as a cross-axis alignment, and that which we can start. So this is a column, and let's recheck the things. And the one thing we have missed is like adding the separation, which can be done by adding a size box of height 5. So I think this is created, and let's format the document and run our app again. So this is an app, and we can see the maths here, and the thing we have added before here, but it is not like the well aligned. For aligning this well, we have to align this column too. For aligning the column, we have to provide it some padding of, let's provide a padding here of 20, I think. And now we can see it is like aligned. So now it is like some amount of good looking. Now we can also try to add multiple nodes. For adding the multiple nodes, we can add like signs. I just restarted the app. Let's add a multiple nodes first, like for signs. We can give like water have 3 states or 3 forms, and let's add. So thing is appeared here, and for adding the multiple thing, we can like go to the browser or copy the things, or let's add a new thing called Flutter. Inside Flutter, we can add um, Flutter is developed by Google, and a user can also add a math problem, maths in which the previous thing a plus b equals to b plus c, um, or b plus a, and also add. Thing is added here. For adding the long, we can like we have to copy something. Uh, let's copy this and try to add. This is about Flutter. Let's give a title as a Flutter and paste it over here and add. So this is the thing which is added, and we can also like add multiple things here also. It's just view, like also like Flutter can give title as well. Add this here, please. So all the things are added in a kind of stacked view. The other is like sports, in which we have like IPL and 2023, and we can add here. So all the things are added into the view. Uh, so this is like the basic tutorial for creating a notes app, and I think you like the video, and thank you for watching, and let's continue in another project. Thank you.